In today's video, I'm going to be talking about going no contact with your narcissistic parent or parents, what it takes to go no contact, why it doesn't work, and what you need to do in order to handle this decision. I'm Dr. Meg Haworth. I'm a transpersonal psychologist, holistic nutritional chef, and best-selling author of Get Well Now, Healing Yourself with Food and the Power of the Mind, which is a holistic handbook for survivors of narcissistic abuse and sexual abuse to help them heal that connection between how it affects the physical body over time, those emotions and that emotional experience. So like I said in this video, I'm going to be talking about going no contact. Now, going no contact, most people are just like, oh my gosh, when you discover your parent is a narcissist, you need to run the other direction as fast as you possibly can, because now you have something to work with. And yes, that may be the case. And I'm not saying don't go no contact. That's not what this video is about. It's really about what it takes to go no contact, what happens when you do go no contact, and what you need to know about this decision. Because it is a really important decision, and it's not an easy decision to make. So many people, I see it on social media all the time, are just like, well, just don't talk to them. Just go no contact. It's not that simple. These are very, very complex relationships that are tied up in programming, the way you were programmed to take care of them, the way you were programmed to put them first in every situation. So you putting yourself first and going no contact with this person is a very, very difficult thing. You're also so beaten down physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in every single way that it's hard for you to just up and leave. This is not a simple decision. It's not an easy decision. But in some cases, things come to a head and you feel like you absolutely have to make this decision. I've worked with a number of clients who've gone no contact, and they all say the same thing. It isn't easy to do. They felt better. Now, if you think that this is going to be something that will make it all go away and you're going to be fine, you're going to be free, you got to think again, because this is really only the beginning. And anybody who has gone no contact will tell you that this is only the beginning, because you're unplugging from something that, from a control mechanism. You were controlled. You were told how to be, what to do. You were created to be a life force for that parent, to be a limb, literally be a limb for that parent, because they saw you as an extension of them. So when you make this decision, don't take it lightly, and plan it, because you're going to need help. This is where therapy is absolutely mandatory. You really have to have help, because as soon as you make this decision and you do it, you're going to feel a weight lifted. Yes. Like, oh, good. I don't have to deal with this. But you're also going to feel a lot of things that you never anticipated. You're going to be able to start to see how much that programming that they did, that they installed in you, is really active in you, because you're going to be with yourself. You're going to feel separate. You're going to feel isolated. You're going to feel sometimes hopeless, sometimes fearful. You're going to feel overwhelming anxiety, and feel like, well, wait a minute, I went no contact and I still am feeling this feeling of worthlessness, this feeling of I'm not good enough, I don't ever get it right. These are all things you're going to have to sort out. These are all really important things for you to work through. And having a professional who is narcissistic abuse informed, someone who's been there, is something that will be very, very helpful for you to get through this experience. And so if you're planning on going no contact, or you've already gone no contact, you also will learn very quickly that no contact, when you make that decision, it means no contact. None whatsoever. Because if you give a narcissistic person an inch, they're going to take 1,000,000 miles. And that's the way that they are. That's the way that they're always going to be. So you're already in a weakened state. You may feel empowered and feel this decision is an empowered decision that you've made, but it's still going to be a difficult decision for you to make. So what it takes to go no contact is you need to think it through. You need to line up the help that you're going to get, how you're going to be supported through this process, because you are going to need support. So if you have a good support system, like a spouse who's really there for you, or a best friend who witnessed all the stuff that you went through, then having a support system is going to be very, very important. There's lots of different communities too that support people going through narcissistic abuse. And when you do make this decision to go no contact with your own parent or parents, you also need to be prepared for the emotional impact it's going to have on you. Because that inner child, that child inside of yourself who always wanted and always dreamed and always believed that maybe, just maybe, today will be the day that they get the love they always wanted, that child is going to rear their emotions, rear their feelings. They're going to stand up, and you may become even more emotionally distraught than you thought you were going to become. You may not have even thought you would become that way, but it's going to be very, very important to get support during this time. Supportive friends and all of that are going to be great, but having a supportive therapist that's going to really be able to help you get through this time frame is going to be very, very important. I see it all the time in my practice where people will say, oh my God, I didn't even realize, like I felt that lift, I felt that relief, like I made this decision and I did it, but I didn't realize how much more isolated I would feel. And the danger is that you'll become so isolated that you won't allow anybody to come in. You'll become so isolated, you won't even allow your true self to ever come out to play. Those voices that you have that are telling you how awful you are, how you never get it right, how you always make mistakes over and over and over again, those are not your own voices. Those are the voices of the programming that you received from your narcissistic parent or parents. And very often, you have the narcissistic parent, and the other parent you may think is narcissistic, but what they're doing is they're carrying out the plans of the narcissistic parent in order to survive. I've seen this with my clients, where we discovered that we thought the mother was the narcissist, but it turned out the father was, and the mother was just carrying out all the plans of the narcissistic father. And she did it just so she could get through the day. She did it so she could survive. She didn't know anything different, that she was supposed to support him and follow his rules and all of those things. And so that ends up becoming a real big problem for you, because you're thinking all this time, like, wow, this happens mostly with covert narcissistic parents who are so busy manipulating that they turn you against the parent who isn't the narcissist, because it behooves them to do that. And so you may think that that parent is the real problem when it is the narcissistic parent. You just haven't been able to see it yet. So there's so many layers of things that it does to you. It really messes with your self-identity. It messes with your self-worth, your ability to trust yourself. And I say this often, and I want you to really, really listen in, really drop this into your heart. If you are not being authentically yourself, if you don't even know who that person is, if you're not even quite sure what your identity is, what your path and your purpose, in most narcissistic abuse, children, ACONs as I call us, adult children of narcissists, we have been conned. We have been programmed to believe that we are worthless. We are not good enough. No one wants to hear anything we have to say. We're not important. I mean, just on and on and on. So you finding your self-identity, finding yourself at work, finding the ability to build self-trust, to build trust in your own inner guidance system that you've been cut off from quite intentionally. You know, if you had that inner guidance system working for you, then it would have definitely not worked for your narcissistic parent. So getting in contact with all those parts of yourself, and also looking at how is this manifested in your physical body over time. This is a huge part of what I help people do, is to release that emotional energy that gets stuck in the body, stuck in the energy field, that is keeping you stuck. It's keeping you from being who you were really meant to be. And you're ruminating in that old program that isn't even, it's not even you. It's not even your own self-talk. So be prepared that when you do go no contact, you will feel a sense of relief, like, oh, thank goodness. But please take care of yourself. Please look at, who am I? Why am I here? What is the purpose of my own life? What are the skills, the gifts, the talents, and abilities? Don't waste those things. Those are yours. Those are your specific gifts that you were given when you came into this world, and that were just stomped out of you. And so don't allow that to happen. We need you. We need your light. We need your love. We need your talents, your skills, your abilities. I have seen so many people over the years that were just curled up under the covers, just isolated and lonely and fearful and anxious and afraid. And I was one of them. And if I didn't come out to play, if I didn't come out to heal and do the work that I did on myself, I never would have been able to make these videos. Oh my gosh, this was not easy for me. But this is my life purpose. This is what I came here to do. And I am so fulfilled in that purpose. And you have something inside of you too. And I want you to find it. So if this is resonating with you, I do offer free consultations if you would like to work with me. This is for people who would like to work with me. I can also refer you if we're not a good fit for each other, if I feel like you're at a different stage, that you may need help, a different kind of help. I'll let you know that in our free consultation. It's only a 20-minute consultation. And the links are in the description below, so go ahead and do that. I also have a wonderful course I'm so excited to release called Healing the 5 Primary Wounds of Parental Narcissistic Abuse, where you have visualizations and meditations that you can use over and over and over again to help you with releasing that emotional energy from your field and thus your body, to help you become lighter, to help you become freer, to help you become happier, help you become more of who you were meant to be, who you really are in the first place. But you were so divided from that part of yourself. So I want to connect you with your joy, your love, your freedom, all of that. So if you haven't already done so, please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please leave anything in the comments below that you would add to this. Like if you went no contact, how hard it was for you, how easy it was for you, what things were easy, what things were difficult. Put that in the comments below. I respond to as many of these comments as I possibly can. I may be a little slow because I got a lot of stuff I'm juggling, but I do respond as much as I can. Thoughtful responses for you to help you. So please let me know. Also, let me know if there's a video you want me to make. I've made a number of videos based on requests from people just like you and me who are ACONs, who have been conned, who want to become icons. And an icon is independent, confident, original, and naturally you. So my upcoming course is on how to go from wounded ACON to healed icon. And it's a progression. It takes time. I say as long as you're in a body, the fun never stops. And there's so many layers to this. It just gets easier and easier as you do this and make this a part of your practice of releasing and letting go and allowing yourself to bubble up and be out there in the world to assist others and to be who you were meant to be. So I hope that this information has helped you today, and I hope it will help you get well now.